Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Let us learn about vaccines today. We were discussing in all the previous classes about different uses of microorganisms. So today we learn one more medicinal use of microorganisms, that is the production of vaccines. In our previous class, detail we learned what are antibiotics, what are the precautions to be taken, and you also understood that these antibiotics are produced from microorganisms. And hope you are remembering it. Yes, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what are antibiotics, Midun?
The medicine produced by microorganism to kill or stop
The growth of?
the growth of disease caused by microorganism.
Not caused by causing microorganism. Excellent. And we learned three main precautions to be taken while having antibiotics.
Yes.
Which are those? Dion, can you tell one point? Any one precaution?
Hello, ma'am.
I'm listening to you. I want you to tell the point. You heard my question, Dion?
Yes, ma'am.
When you are taking antibiotics, suppose for some disease, doctor prescribed you antibiotics. What are the precautions? What all things you have to take care?
Ma'am, we should eat more food.
We should not eat food. We should eat more food. Was that in the textbook? Okay, it is that antibiotics can be very strong. The doses can be high. So to withstand, to manage that, you should take good food. But give me a point from your textbook, which we discussed in our previous class. Not remembering. Not remembering. Didn't revise. Wait, I'll make you say. Evelyn, tell me one point. Evelyn, tell me one point. Evelyn. Any one point. Any one precaution to be taken while having antibiotics. Krishnaveni, tell me one point. Evelyn and Dion, wait, I'll come back to you. Krishnaveni, tell me one precaution.
Ma'am, it should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor.
Good. Okay, correct. Then Jeevan, another point.
Now you should always complete the course prescribed by the doctor.
Yes, correct. So 2 points we already got. We should take antibiotics only on the advice of a qualified doctor. And the second point is that we should complete the course prescribed by the doctor, which is the third point. Third point, Shivanya.
Ma'am.
Third point.
Ma'am, do not take antibiotics you should take it in the correct dose. Don't take it more or less.
Okay, so unnecessarily and in wrong doses you should not take. Why we are saying that it should not be taken in wrong doses or unnecessarily? We told 2 points. Prarthana, yes, who is going to say? Yes, Midun.
Ma'am, it make the drug less effect in the future and it will kill the useful bacteria.
Yes, excellent. So it will kill the useful bacteria in your body, and also it can be of no use. It will become less effective when you really need it in future. So we discussed about 3 points. We listed the 3 points, and I want those who fail to say the answer to repeat at least 1 point from this. Dion and Evelyn. Evelyn is missing from here. Where are you, Evelyn? Evelyn's connectivity went.
Ma'am, she is there. Ma'am, she is there after Michelle.
I cannot make
Ma'am, after Michelle.
Yes. Evelyn, you can respond using the chat
she
box.
Has stopped the video.
Evelyn, if you want, you can use the chat box and tell me the message. Send me a message. Okay, Dion, 1 point.
Ma'am, you should take antibiotics only from a qualified doctor.
Yes, we should take antibiotics only on the advice of a qualified doctor. So, Evelyn, are you there? Let us come back. After that, I'll give you a chance. Okay, so we'll be seeing more about the medicinal use. Today, we are going to learn about production of vaccines. Okay. So next topic is vaccines. And as I told you, vaccines can be prepared from microorganisms. Now we should know the difference between vaccines and antibiotics. In our previous class, we learned about the production of antibiotics from microorganisms. So yet another useful substance in the medical field is vaccine. And the major difference, so the main difference between vaccine and antibiotic in terms of its use is that antibiotics we take to cure a disease. You have got the disease, and to cure it, we take antibiotics. Whereas when it comes to vaccine, it is to prevent the disease. So that we are protected from the disease, we are taking vaccine. So that is one major difference between antibiotics and vaccines. Antibiotics, once you get the disease, you take antibiotics to get cured of the disease. Whereas vaccines are taken to prevent the disease from occurring. Okay, it protects you from the disease. But these vaccines actually contain dead or weakened microbes. Suppose you are taking polio vaccine. All might have taken polio vaccine.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, this polio vaccine contains poliovirus itself. The causative organism of polio itself is present in polio vaccine. But the difference is that it will be dead or it will be weakened form. Okay, it will be dead or weakened form.
So it cannot affect us.
So that it will not cause the disease, but it will make your body to produce some substances. You call them as antibodies. So when these dead or weakened microbes enter into your body becomes alert and it will release these substances known as antibodies. Antibodies you can call as the soldiers of your body. Like you know that in our country we have soldiers. So when some foreign country, their army, or some, for example, Pakistan or Bangladesh, whoever is sending their army to attack us, we have our own soldiers. They defend our country. They are on the country borders and they'll prevent them from trespassing into our country or entering into our country. So similarly, in our body also we have some soldiers. So whenever some foreign particle enters, they try their level best to defend our body. Okay. So vaccines are actually dead or weakened microbes. They will be, once these enter into your body, recognizing a foreign particle, your body will release antibodies. Very important. Don't get confused between antibiotics and antibodies. Antibiotics are medicines which are used to kill or stop the growth of disease-causing microorganism which you are taken or which you are taking in to your body. Whereas antibodies are the substances which are released by your body's immune system. Your body itself will release some substances. You call them as antibodies. And what is the role of antibodies? To fight against the disease-causing organism. How can we artificially make our body release it? By introducing vaccines into your body. Suppose you want protection from polio virus. So what you do is, what is done is, the polio, inactivated or dead polio virus will be taken in the form of vaccine. So your body will recognize it and produce antibodies. These antibodies are specific in their action. Okay, let me speak to you and then, okay. Antibodies are actually, they are specific in their action. Specific in their action means in
and
response.
They protect us from the immunity system. Means
yes, your immune system is releasing like different antibodies, like recognizing each one. Specifically, they'll be releasing antibodies. Okay, suppose for polio virus, separate set of antibodies will be released. Similarly, for another bacteria or virus, different antibodies will be released. They are specific in their action. So suppose you want to protect yourself from rabies or chicken pox or whatever it is, the causative organism of the same disease, we will take in a weak or inactivated form. Why weak or inactivated? Because if it is very strong, you will get the disease. Okay. We are trying to fool your body's immune system. How are we fooling? We are introducing weak or inactivated. So body in the beginning, they cannot recognize whether it is dead or inactivated or active. So in response to that, your body starts producing, preparing the soldiers. All these antibodies will be released for defending your body. Okay, and these antibodies will remain always there. It will remain in your blood or in your body. It will not disappear. So the advantage is that next time when the real virus, the stronger one enters your body is already prepared because of the vaccine. Vaccine had already made your body release these antibodies. It is kept safe in your body. So you're already prepared. See children, suppose in your country border, we were not aware that Pakistan army is going to attack us. Okay, unexpected attack. So your soldiers were not prepared, country was not prepared, so they can cause damage. Okay, they can defeat our, our army because we were not prepared. But at the same time, just imagine you got from somewhere that the army, the Pakistan army or the enemy countries army is going to attack us. So we came to know. We somehow got the news and we are prepared. They are going to attack. So we should be prepared. You're prepared with all the soldiers, weapons, and we are waiting for them to come and attack. So we can strongly attack them and defeat them very easily. Preparing and not preparing, it makes a lot of difference. Just like your exams also. If you prepare well, you will perform well. If you have not prepared, you might fail or you will get less marks. Same is the case here. So here, when your body is, in your body some weakened or dead microbes are introduced, your body is prepared for the same. So the antibodies are already released and they are waiting in case the real strong virus or microbe enters your body is already ready with the weapons and soldiers. So your body will get protected. So that is a basic principle behind. You don't have to learn all these details, but you should know what are vaccines and how do they help your body? What do they release? And once again, I'm telling, don't get confused between antibiotics and antibodies, because many a times I've seen you get confused. Even 10th standard children, they make a mistake between antibiotics and antibodies. So antibiotics are medicines we take into your body, we consume. Whereas antibodies are substances released in your body itself. So remember, body, antibody. So that is produced by our own body. Relate it like that. Okay. So please think like that so you will not make mistake. That is not a proper definition, but still I'm saying, if you remember like that, you can avoid the confusion between antibiotics and antibodies. Antibodies are produced by your body. Okay. Now we'll continue. I just want to say all these things. That's why I stopped sharing. Now, coming back to a topic. So vaccines are dead or weak microbes. And they are introduced into the body. What for? To produce antibodies. And these antibodies will remain in your body. It won't get disappeared. Okay, it will remain there and it will protect us from disease-causing microorganisms when they enter your body or when they happen to enter your body in future. And we have vaccines for different diseases. We have vaccines for different diseases. Polio, cholera, typhoid, smallpox, hepatitis, etc. can be prevented by taking antibiotics. Sorry, by taking vaccines. So vaccines, now we have prepared several vaccines. They are specific. For each disease, you have to take separate vaccines, whereas for some vaccines are available for a group of diseases also, like BCG and all. You will learn in higher classes. Okay, so we have different vaccines successfully prepared, and that is playing a very important role in saving the life of human beings. And we are trying, all the scientists, all the doctors all over the world, the people in the medical field, they are trying hard to prepare a vaccine for what now?
COVID-19.
COVID-19. Some have already claimed that they have already prepared. So
And
now we
some
need to
have
see.
already passed some phases.
So we need to see how far it is practical once it is introduced, how it will be available, how much will be the cost, by when it will be available. Because without a vaccine, it is impossible for us to survive this maybe we will be like, all are not going to die out of COVID, but still the chances are more that we get it. Okay, because day by day, you know, the number is getting increased.
Ma'am, every day there's 1,000 something. in
Earlier,
Kerala
I
just.
hope you are remembering in the beginning, when we had, or when it was started, during the lockdown time, we had only 10, 15 or 20, like that cases. But now it has crossed 1,000, 1,500. So scientists.
Every day, ma'am, every day it's
Yes,
crossing
yes.
1,000.
Due to contact.
Scientists all over the world, they are trying their level best to produce a vaccine, so that, and some, as I said, they have already claimed that they are prepared, and we have to wait to see what is going to happen, how it will be available, how much will be the cost, how much effective it will be, all that we will see. So fingers crossed, let's see everything comes out well. Okay, so once again, vaccines are dead or weakened microbes which are introduced into our body to release, to produce antibodies. So if you are asked what are vaccines, vaccines are dead or weakened microbes introduced into your body to release antibodies. Now the next question comes, what is the use of these antibodies? Antibodies produced will remain in your body and they will protect you from disease-causing microbes. We have successfully prepared vaccines for several diseases. Here are only a few examples. Polio, cholera, typhoid, smallpox, hepatitis. Smallpox is no more now.
Ma'am.
It's
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
heard
ma'am.
about it.
it's completely eradicated, means completely removed from the earth's surface. And polio is also almost on the what to say, we can say it is almost completely removed from the earth's surface, maybe because you might be remembering about the campaigns, polio vaccination campaigns
Yes,
conducted
ma'am,
by
yes,
ma'am.
yes, almost it is. Now no new cases are reported, we don't know, but we have to wait for a few more years to confirm it. Okay, children. So hope you have understood the role of vaccines, from where are vaccines produced, and how they help us in diseases, how they help us in protecting from diseases, and the names of some diseases for which we have already produced antibiotics. So one by one, I want the points from you. Alana John, can you tell me what are vaccines? Allah, I don't know why when the questions are asked, suddenly your video gets paused. Evelyn is there? Evelyn, children, if you are finding any difficulty in responding, I don't think something is preventing you from chatting. Because if the connectivity is less also, you can chat, even if you are not able to speak. Okay? Alna and Evelyn, I want both of you to respond using the chat box. Devika, tell me what are vaccines?
Ma'am, vaccines are dead or weakened microbes introduced into the body.
For? Why it is introduced? Simply for time pass?
No, ma'am, to produce the antibiotic.
Can you tell the sentence once again, Devika?
Yes, ma'am.
Without looking.
Vaccines are dead or weakened microbes introduced into the body to produce antibiotics.
Very good. And Shivanand, can you tell me what is the use of these antibodies? Why it should be produced? What is the role?
Ma'am, these antibodies remain in our body and protect us from disease-causing microbes.
Agreed. You have copied down everything well. Now you say the answer without looking.
These antibodies remain in our body and protect us from disease-causing microbes.
Good. Okay. These antibodies remain. Okay, not remains. Then, Mishal, tell me the names of some diseases for which we have found out vaccines.
Polio.
Polio.
Typhoid.
Okay. So, hope you have understood. Jeevan, understood? Clear? Okay. Now, we will move on to the next use of microbe. That is its role in cleaning the environment. Microbes help in cleaning the environment. So let's see how microbes are helping us to clean the environment. Microorganisms, they act as decomposers. They will decompose or convert the dead organic waste of plants and animals into simple substances. Why it should be converted to simple substances? Only then it can be used by plants. And plants will absorb it from the soil. Once the plants absorb it, we too get a share of it, because we are feeding on plants either directly or indirectly. See, if you dump some vegetable waste or some waste, you're dumping rotten vegetables or half rotten vegetables or something you're dumping in your backyard, okay? And will it remain the same after 1 week as such, Mishal? What will happen after? What will you see after some time there?
It will be decomposed.
Means its texture will change. Slowly you can see it is getting mixed up with the soil. So the main group of organisms behind this is microorganisms. So they act as decomposers. So what do the decomposers do? They will convert the complex substances in dead remains of or dead plants and animals into simple substances. They convert complex substances in the dead remains into simple substances, and it will be added to the soil. You know, microbes are present in the soil. So once it is present in the soil, once these nutrients go back to the soil, who will absorb it, Shivanya?
Ma'am, plants.
Plants will absorb. If plants are absorbing it, they'll use it for preparing their food and for maintaining strong and proper body or proper body parts or proper vegetative parts. So as a result, when you feed on them, you too get a share of these nutrients. So microbes, when they are cleaning the environment, they are playing a dual role. They will clean the environment, and at the same time, they will add nutrients to the soil. Thus, they degrade the harmful smelly substances and clean up the environment. So, in the cleaning process, they are doing benefit also. They are adding all these nutrients back to the soil from where you can absorb it. Very, very important use. So, cleaning the environment. Microbes play a very important role in cleaning the environment. What they do? They decompose. They act on the dead organic waste of plants and animals, and they will convert them into simple substances which can be used by plants as well as by animals. Okay. So, in this way, they will help in degrading, removing all the smelly substances and cleans the environment. Can you imagine a world without microbes, these decomposers? What will happen? Whatever we throw, they'll form heaps and heaps, and all the flies or insects will multiply, spread diseases, and we won't be able to live as happily as now. We'll be always getting sick, and everywhere it will be smelly, and we won't be able to walk properly through the road, or even in your house also, in the backyard of the house, everywhere you will find heaps and heaps of waste material. So they are doing, or they act as scavengers, remove all these waste materials and clean the environment and add nutrients to the soil. Abhishek, tell me what you understood from this point, what we discussed.
Microbes are decompose dead and organic matter waste
into upon decomposing, they'll release what? Simple
substances.
Okay. And what is the advantage of releasing these simple substances?
Which can be absorbed by...
I will ask Anlia. Why? What is the advantage of breaking them down into simple substances, Anlia?
Ma'am, they degrade the harmful smelly substances.
Agreed. They degrade it. My question is, what is the advantage of degrading it, Anlia? Wait, let us say. Why should we degrade it? Is there any advantage of degrading these substances? Are we benefited?
They can be used by plants and animals.
That's the point. They'll clean the environment. At the same time, these nutrients released can be used by plants and animals. Clear, children? Abhinav, is it clear?
Yes.
Which was the topic we discussed? Which use we were discussing now? Abhinav? You have to check. Just the heading I want. Which use?
Plain by.
Abhinav, lift your head, no? Which use? Last class you told me your mic is having some problem. Is it solved? Problem solved? No. So ask your parents to get it repaired so that you can interact. Okay. You can use the chat box. Oh, good. Use of microorganisms. But Abhinav, which is that use? That also you message me. Which use? Specifically, which use we discuss now? I will check. You type it, okay? Let us continue. And this is the last use of microorganisms which we are going to discuss in this chapter. It will help in increasing soil fertility. Already we mentioned a method by means of which they are increasing soil fertility. Apart from that, you have learned about different microorganisms. Maybe I think in class 7 you have learned there are many microorganisms which can fix atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen compounds.
Rhizobium.
Very good. Very good. So correct only what you said. We will see the examples later. These microorganisms will convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen compounds and it will be added to the soil. So definitely when it is there in the soil, the plants can absorb. If plants are absorbing, we too get a share of it. And thus they increase the soil fertility. So these microbes, we call them as biological nitrogen fixers. They are fixing nitrogen in the soil. And this is carried out by microorganisms or living things. So you call them as biological nitrogen fixers. As Mishal said, one typical example is Rhizobium bacteria. Where can you find Rhizobium bacteria, Mishal?
Leguminous plants.
Leguminous, the root nodules of leguminous plants. And even blue-green algae. See, you can see the root nodules of leguminous plants. Small, small bubble-like small bead-like structures you can find in the roots of leguminous plants. So inside these root nodules, these bacteria will be present. And this is a picture of Rhizobium bacteria, a microscopic view of Rhizobium bacteria, and you can see a blue-green algae picture also there. When I say blue-green algae, don't misunderstand that these are algae or these are some plants. Even though we call it as a blue-green algae, it's a bacteria. We even call it as cyanobacteria because bluish green, cyan color. So these are actually bacteria. Now you might be thinking, then why do we call them as algae? Because they have chlorophyll and they can prepare their own food just like plants or algae. So blue-green algae is actually a type of bacteria. So two biological nitrogen fixers are blue-green algae and also Rhizobium bacteria. Okay. So once
Now what is the meaning of enrich? Nitrogen compost.
Enrich means to make it fill or to add or to make something filled with. Or to enrich means to make it rich. Same meaning. Okay. The soil might be lacking. So when this nitrogen fixation is carried out, it will be having plenty of, it will restore or it will fill the soil with these nitrogen. It makes it rich in nitrogen. That is the meaning of enrich. Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat the name of blue-green algae? You told some other name.
Okay, I'll write it. Shivanya, no?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll write it on the board. This is the other name for our blue-green algae. Okay, cyanobacteria. It's actually a bacteria, not a single one. It's a group of bacteria. Okay, so many are there. You don't have to learn the name. Anabina, Nostoc. It's a group of bacteria. Generally, we call them as blue-green algae. In higher classes, you will learn. Okay. Now, once again, I will repeat the points, what I was saying. Abhinav, not vaccines. We finished cleaning the environment, no, after that, after vaccines. Abhinav, are you listening to me? Where are you? Yes, your video is off. Okay, so we were discussing about the use of microbes in enriching the soil with nitrogen or increasing the soil fertility. See, children, you know that nitrogen is the most abundant gas. How much percentage of nitrogen?
21.
21 is
77.
78%. But still, these gaseous nitrogen cannot be used by plants or animals. If they need to use it, it should be converted to soluble form. That is why even though plenty of nitrogen is there, plants need it in the form of compounds, and there lies the significance of these bacteria. Okay, who will summarize these points? Alena Jinson. Alena? Alena? Alena, I'll come back to you. Get ready with your mic. Ashmit? Ashmit, only half portion of your face I can see.
Ma'am, it's because of the camera.
It's okay. You tell me the answer now.
Today we talk about vaccines.
No, I need only the last one, which we discussed just now. How they help in enriching the soil fertility, increase the soil fertility.
Microorganisms fix atmospheric nitrogen to nitrogen compounds to enrich the soil with nitrogen and increase its fertility.
Agreed. Nicely you are reading. Now tell me the answer. Without looking. You let the words change, no problem. What have you understood? Tell in your own words. Ashmit. What the microorganisms will do? What they will do? Convert?
They will convert atmospheric nitrogen
into
nitrogen
into soluble,
which can be used by the plants.
Soluble nitrogen compounds which can be used by plants. So what do you call them? Tia, what do you call those microbes? What is the general name for these microbes which will fix nitrogen?
Ma'am,
biological?
Biological.
Midun, what is that?
Ma'am, biological nitrogen fixer.
Tia, repeat it. Did you hear? Biological nitrogen fixers. Repeat.
Biological nitrogen fixers.
Fixers. Jinu, tell me 2 examples for biological nitrogen fixers.
That is
Rhizobium bacteria. And one more. Some color I said, no? Some 2 colors.
Green, blue, algae.
Green, blue. Blue, green algae. Not green, blue. Blue, green algae. Repeat those once again. Those 2 once again.
Rhizobium plant.
Rhizobium bacteria.
Rhizobium bacteria.
And
blue and blue-green algae.
Okay, good. Okay, children, see you next class. Those who had some mic issues and all, by next class, try to rectify it. Thank you, children.